They said you would run after them. They thought you would beg, cry, or chase, but instead you chose peace. That one decision shocked everyone. Because when you stop chasing people who thrive on chaos, who drain your soul with their constant drama, you step into a power they never believed you had. And tonight, I want to tell you a story about what happens when someone finally decides to stop dancing with toxicity and chooses peace over the noise. Imagine this. You gave them everything, your time, your trust, your loyalty. You stood by them through the storms, through the silence, through moments when they didn't even see your worth. And yet, when the moment came, they walked away as if you were disposable. They expected you to run after them, to keep proving your love, to keep fighting for a seat at a table you were never truly welcomed at. But you didn't. You didn't beg. You didn't chase. Instead, you let them go. Now, that silence you gave in return speaks louder than any argument could. That calm, unshaken presence you chose has left them restless. Because toxic people feed on reaction, they grow strong when you fight back, when you chase, when you try to explain yourself. But when you stop playing their game, when you decide your peace is worth more than their drama, you break the very cycle they thought would trap you forever. But here's where the story truly begins. When you walk away from toxicity, it's not just a physical decision, it's an emotional battlefield. First, there's doubt. Did you do the right thing? Will they come back? Was it really your fault? These questions echo in the heart, testing your strength. And yet, in that silence, something shifts. You start to see the truth. You realize you were never losing them, they were losing you. They were losing the calmness, the loyalty, the steady love you brought into their chaos. And as you rise into that awareness, something unexpected happens. The very ones who thought they had control start to unravel. They wait for you to return. They wait for the chase. But your absence becomes their mirror. They're forced to face what they lost, and it terrifies them. Because peace is powerful. It doesn't scream, it doesn't fight, it doesn't chase. It simply stands, firm and unshaken. And that power is something no toxic soul can conquer. But here's the question. What happens when they realize you're not coming back? What happens when the silence becomes permanent, when peace becomes your new home, and when toxicity no longer has a key to your life? Will they crumble? Will they return, desperate to pull you back in? Or will you discover a strength within yourself that goes beyond anything you've ever known? The story doesn't end here. In fact, it's only just beginning. You see, the real conflict isn't just between you and them, it's between who you used to be and who you are becoming. For so long, you thought love meant holding on, proving yourself, and fighting for people who never truly valued your presence. That was the old you, the one who thought peace had to be sacrificed for connection. But now, the war is inside your own heart. Every time you resist the urge to text them, every time you fight the temptation to go back, you're wrestling with years of conditioning that taught you to chase approval instead of choosing peace. From their side, the story twists in ways you don't see. They sit there waiting, convinced your silence is just a pause, not a decision. They whisper to others that you'll return, that you can't survive without them. But what they don't know is that you're learning to breathe differently. You're learning that toxic relationships only survive when one person keeps feeding the cycle. And now that you've stepped back, they're starving for attention. They may try new tactics, subtle messages, shared memories, or even attempts to make you jealous. Every move is a test trying to pull you back into their chaos. And while this tension grows, another subplot emerges. The quiet discovery of your own strength. In the stillness of your decision, you start to notice how much lighter life feels without the constant drama. But even as peace fills your soul, a shadow of doubt still lingers. Will they let you go? Or will they fight harder to reclaim the control they lost? The unanswered question lingers in the air, tightening around you like a storm cloud ready to break, but not yet releasing its rain. The silence between you and them has now become unbearable. Days turn into weeks, and what they thought was a temporary pause has stretched into something far heavier. They begin to feel it, the weight of being ignored, the sting of no longer having control. Every attempt they make to reach you is met with stillness. No arguments, no explanations, no reaction at all. And that is what shakes them most. Because toxicity survives on conflict, but you've taken away their favorite weapon. Inside your heart, the battle grows louder. You feel the pull of the past, the voice that whispers maybe it wasn't so bad. Maybe you should just give in and go back. But then, another voice rises. The new one, the stronger one, that reminds you how much peace has changed your life. You're standing on a fragile edge, torn between the temptation to look back and the determination to keep walking forward. Every step feels like both freedom and fire, burning away the chains that once bound you.